Hello, Fantasticos. In this lesson video, we're going to talk about adding internal dialogue. In the last video, we talked about adding dialogue, conversation between characters in your story. This time, we're going to add the internal dialogue, which means the things that you, as the main character, said to yourself as you were going through the events in the story. There are some examples from Marlowe's story. So, backing up just a little bit to the end of her conversation with her mother, Marlowe, how many times do I have to tell you that the camp is for fifth grade? Ah, I pouted. How long would I have to wait? This here is an example of internal dialogue because it asks the question that Marlowe was asking herself as she was saying this. As the story continues, a couple of years later, finally, the smell of new paper wafts through the halls of the school as I give the final hug to my teacher, feeling her silky blouse surround me in a cloud of blue and white. The intercom buzzes to life, calling me down for pickup. I rush down the hall, white sneaker soles pounding on the marble staircase. My mother greets me in the office, offering to carry my lunchbox as I tell her about my final day of fourth grade. But there were other things on my mind, like the entire summer ahead of me. Mama, am I old enough now? I ask. I could barely hold in my excitement. For what? The super awesome Girl Scouts horse riding camp. Yes. That single word exploded inside me, bubbling up and shooting out multicolored sparkles in every direction, turning me up and down and all around as I felt joyful, excited, ecstatic, and energetic all at once. I could go. My mother groans as yet another random sign-in screen pops up. The computer is like a ball stuck in a thorn bush. You have to find just the right way to get through to it, get the ball, and then pull it out again. And my mom just kept getting pricked by thorns. Fortunately, after a long game of tug-of-war, my mom got the upper hand. She reached the final registration screen. Honey, there is one spot left. Do you really want this? Yes, I replied, doing some celebratory jumping jacks. Soon I would be there, be at the place I had waited for so long, be with horses, be with girls. It truly was a dream come true. So in the second section, you can see how Marlowe has used some examples of internal dialogue. Up here, when she's asking if she's old enough now, she says, I could barely hold in my excitement. This, you could argue, is not quite internal dialogue. She's not saying it to herself, but it definitely enhances what we know of what the character is thinking. Here we have some description of what's going on inside of her. That single word exploded inside me, bubbling up and shooting out multicolored sparkles in every direction, turning me up and down and all around as I felt joyful, excited, ecstatic, and energetic all at once. I could go. When you are looking back over your writing, see if you've given some hints to the reader, either through internal dialogue or through statements like, I could barely hold in my excitement, that explain what you're thinking and feeling to your readers. Doing this will help your story become even more alive when they are reading it. It's time, Fantasticos. Follow the directions in the assignment to make a new file for this assignment, copy from your second revision, and add in some of that internal dialogue or hints to the reader what you're thinking and feeling as the main character and narrator of your story.